Hello, my name is Curseforge and welcome back to our Multiblock Madness series. I am just setting up a little bit of automation for the wire chambers. That's not it. I'll actually get rid of those. Also, I was looking at uses for neon. I was like, do we need neon ever? I was like, no, we don't really need neon. And then I realized, yeah, we're going to need neon. Actually, I don't think we're doing this recipe, now that I'm thinking about it. If I'm getting Neutronium... If I'm getting Neutronium from QMD, I don't think we do this recipe. So maybe we don't need liquid neon. I was just curious if, like... If this, the way I have this set up, like, am I going to be able to access it? But, yeah, so I've gone ahead and thrown that in there. Lots and lots of argon, as we can see. 526,000 buckets of it. So I just did that there. And I may actually even throw a infuser on the oxygen and nitrogen, because sometimes I've noticed stuff needs to be... I actually have one set up for oxygen, a fluid infuser for some of this stuff. Like, I think it's manganese oxide that I have the recipe for, and I think one of the uraniums we do as well. I don't remember. Hafnium oxide, I do have that set up, so yeah, there's definitely a couple of those. Nitrogen, I don't remember if nitrogen actually has any infusion, but I could set these up just for... Oh, nitride. That looks like it's all stuff for nuclear craft. Are we going to need a nitrogen discharge lamp? Not sure, but yeah, who knows? I don't know if we're really going to get much into more nuclear craft than what we have. Maybe a little bit more, a faster one to produce those wafers, but at this point, I think we're good. All right, let me just make sure this is working. I'm just crafting up 8. I have no idea if I actually need 8. I haven't really done the math. Yeah, there we go. Let's just speed this buddy up. No reason not to at this point. There we go. Alright, so there is that one. Now I have actually replaced, if we remember, we had a 5x5, then I built a 7x7, and we fixed it last episode, and then I was just thinking, I'm like, is there any reason not to just do the biggest one? Like, why do a 7x7? It doesn't seem like there's any reason not to do a 9x9, because you can just fit more of these in and the recipes get more efficient. So what I am doing is placing these wire things basically wherever they're touching the silicon that I have placed. Now, I have placed a bunch of those. I'm not... Oh, there's another one. I don't know. I'll have to test this, actually. The wire, it says it needs to be 2 blocks of a particle chamber. Does that count like that? Does it count the chamber beam block? Is that one, or does it only count other detectors? I actually don't know if I can place one there or one there. So I think we're gonna do... We'll just get this up. I have glass there. I was leaving the glass out because... it makes it easier to place these detector things. I did move the power port to the bottom. That didn't need to be... It didn't need to be like right here or like in the wall or anything like that. It was just kind of taking up room. And I just moved that down there. So let's do this, and I will test to see if that... Did I do on the top? I did do the top. It's hard to tell. This glass is so clear. It is hard to tell if I've placed it down or not. This. That. Also, these wands, amazing. Alright, is it gonna form? Okay, cool. I got it. It's always questionable if it's gonna form. Alright, so efficiency 275. let's just really quick throw 2 down and see. What did I say? 275? We'll throw them there, see if that... Does that count? Again, I wish there was like a visual cue, like you could click on it and it would say, no, this block doesn't work. 295. All right, cool. So those blocks do indeed work. I don't know if I have... It looks a bit funny because I have the particle chambers, the like the beam blocks or whatever, so it looks a bit funny. But I think we're all good with those. So the next one obviously is the one that can go 3 away, and I can do that detector, and then we go around that, and then the final one, don't know if we can actually do that, is that one, which we put on the outside. This one is a pain because I haven't automated that. I really should. All right, let me set that up. I don't think I'm gonna show it. It's just chemistry. There's a crystallizer, then chemical reactor, and then, you know, chemical reactor. Nitric acid. I'm producing that over there. I'll probably put it over by the thing. And sodium tungstate. Tungsten. Look, there's that oxygen one. Alright, so I just answered myself if we're going to need an oxygen one. So I should probably throw the oxygen infuser right there. And then I can just do exactly what I did right here. And, yeah, we might as well automate this. I'm sure we're going to need a million of these for different target chambers. And then this one I haven't actually looked at. Oh. Well, that one's easy. That's like really easy, actually. Yeah, I hadn't looked at that one yet. So that. Oh, my thing. I've run out of recipes in that multi-block. I may need to expand it. So this one, you actually end up, you need like the most out of this one. I could just do like 100. Because obviously it's the orange one that we're going to do is going to cover up anything that has a yellow block. And then the blue will cover up anything with the orange. So as we know, as you spread out of it, it gets higher and higher. But all right, so what I am doing this for is we are going to craft up the sodium 22. JI is hating me right now. It's because I haven't restarted the world since I crashed last time when I looked in JI, so it's still kind of being buggy. Okay, we are back, and a little more complicated than some of the other ones, but overall wasn't too bad to automate those sheet things, whatever they are. I don't know if they're actually sheets. They look like sheets, but I don't know. Basically, I have used the nitric acid from this setup that we were doing for the ore leacher. We had nitric acid being produced right here, so I just kind of connected it. And I've improved some of this stuff with a sink, and I have all like extract upgrades and stuff and speed upgrades and everything just to automate that. So basically the first part is lead and nitric acid. That's getting lead nitrate solution. The second part is this one, which is salt and water. Gets sodium chloride, gets put in the electrolyzer. That gets electrolyzed down into sodium hydroxide. That sodium hydroxide gets put in here with the tungsten oxide. And that gets turned into sodium tungstate solution and that lead nitrate from the very beginning. And then those two get mixed together to create the lead tungstate, which produces those. So we got 6. I mean, if you want to count the whole thing, this whole thing would be it. So 10 machines plus a sink and a collector. So I mean, it's a decent thing, but we already had that hooked up, so it really wasn't that terrible. But yeah, so I just have that going. I am going to throw a storage bus on here. I don't think we need to have this running permanently. Once that fills up to 2048, I think that should be... Yeah, it should be okay. Although I might actually need... I might need a few more, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Now, I only have a couple channels left over here. I have these channels. I have not... It's just all sorts of chaos under here with the channels, to be honest. I haven't been organized at all with the channels in this. If you want to see better channels, I will be doing that in my Greg Tech playthrough. But this one, I've just kind of done whatever with the channels. Alright, so there's that. I always like to throw that on there just in case. And we should have those. Yep. Okay, so there is that. I am going to craft up a bunch more. And yeah, get that going in that detector. I have no idea how much we're going to need. 30? Sure, why not? And there we go. I think I covered it all. We're up to 470. So the last bit, just filling in whatever we can that is touching these. Now, it is definitely a bit easier to do this before you put the things on the side, the glass on the side. Now, that obviously we can't put above that. But, yeah, I think this will... This will work. Right, and then... that. It's just kind of getting used to the patterns. Like the fastest way to do it. Probably just doing it like that, like I just did. Kind of just going around in a circle. Filling them in. Last bit here. Sometimes it like renders through the block. Notice? I think that is nope. Is that it? One more. There we go. Alright, I think I got it completely covered in those things. I saw it like... Sometimes it peeks through. It looks like I need an extra one, but... No, yeah, it was right there. I think we got it. I think that is... At least for this one, with the beam splitting off. If it just went in and didn't split, we could put more in. But then that would be... There would be no need to. So, that's probably... almost as close as we can get to, yeah, 620. Although, I'm just thinking, that is 5. Whereas this one was 3. Can we actually put more in there? Hold on. I'm gonna put one right here. What did it say, 620? Just kind of curious. Yeah, you could actually place even more in there. I don't think it would fill it up completely, but if I really wanted to, I mean, I could place it in pretty much like everywhere. Except now that I don't like that it's uneven. I may just say, yeah, it's still going up. I don't know. I don't like when it's not even like that. So we're gonna leave it at that. 620, I think it was, right? I wish you could see the efficiency without having to complete the multi. Alright, let's just leave it at that. It's nice and pretty. and we'll see. So, as we remember, last episode we used this to craft up some sodium. Well, I'm actually going to try to use the sodium ingots again. If we remember our synchrotron or whatever it's called, actually put too much energy in the things, and I was trying to get it sorted that it wouldn't put so much power in, but I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it to the right amount. If we look at the sodium, it is 20 to 28, and I was either at 19 or 40. I couldn't get it in between these two amounts. But I think, well, I don't think, I haven't tried this, but King on my Discord mentioned that you can actually use redstone. If you give it a smaller, as opposed to a 15, it'll produce less power. Does that turn on? No. I'm gonna have to, I'll probably do it a bit fancier than this, but I just kind of wanted to see what we're looking at here. All right, so there we go. So that's a power level of 14. Does it say anywhere on there? No. Now if we did, I think I'm not gonna, I shouldn't, well, maybe. I could switch out one of the, I could switch this out to the magnesium one, so I probably wouldn't have to lower it this much. I don't know. We'll see how much this lowers it. I'm just kind of curious. So that's like a power of 12. Now, if I turn this on, we should, or if I put hydrogen in there, we should have about 40, I want to say. I think it was about 40. All right, so that is 33. Yeah, I should probably switch the things down, or find a easier way to do this. All right, so 27. So in theory, we should be getting 27 over here, right? Oh, and there we go. It is producing it. Okay, cool. So as we can see, with all the efficiency, we are getting a neutron with 7. We're putting a proton at 27 in there, getting a neutron of 7 million. Is 7 million enough? I don't... Let me restart the world. It kicks me back to the title screen, but it doesn't kick me out of the instance completely. Let me restart. We'll be back. Okay, we are back, and I ended up actually filling it in even more because it is actually, it looks pretty cool. As you can see from the center one, it goes out 2, and then just fill it in like that. So yeah, that is, I think that's pretty much as high as we can get for efficiency with this, because this does max out at 9 by 9. So we can't throw another one on top. But I guess we could get a little bit more in if we didn't have like one of them. If it was just, we just had the one, I could throw a little bit more in. But let's see. So we were at 670, 800. Nice even number. So 800% efficiency. Let's see. Now, if I want to do this, it's 20 to 28. I wonder if this recipe would actually... Maybe this actually won't work for the neutron that I want. Let's see. So I'm throwing in... I forget. We're at 27, I think we are. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out how it determines this number. Let's go ahead and throw in more of this. I guess I mean, I really don't need to... I should just have this... I should just have this being automatically filled. Do I don't have a hydrogen over here, do I? No. Nitrogen, oxygen, argon, neon, helium. Right. So I don't have that. Why don't we... I could just switch this. Oh, I broke that down, didn't I? Let me think. Do I have anywhere that has oxygen? I know I was voiding it over here. I could do like a fluid in... I kind of just wanted to do... You know what? Change the plan. I'm just going to set up a new one. Electrolyzer, a sink, and a fluid infuser. And then we'll set it up over by the thing. So we'll just keep it stocked. There's no reason not to, I think. So, yeah, electrolyzer, and then need a sink. Do I have any extra? Yes. And canister. That will just go back into it. If I did, like, over here, electrolyzer, sink, food infuser. We do... Just trying to think how I'm going to do this. We'll do... I don't want oxygen in there, so we'll do insert on brown, extract on brown, extract on yellow, or yellow, extract on green. There we go. And we will do point crystal. I have some in here. Oops. I had some in there. I must have put it back in the A system. No, where did... I'm blind. Oh, it's right here. I could actually even just do it on top, now that I'm thinking about it. Change plan. We'll just do that there, and throw the points on top. I usually do underneath. It kind of keeps it out of the way, so I don't have to worry about it. That. Network. Stable limit. Alright, there we go. I do need speed upgrades, energy upgrades. And then I think this will be okay. Now it won't. Alright, that is actually going in there. Let's do... I never need anything from this, so we're just going to do void all. I think that means it's never gonna... I don't think it'll ever put oxygen in there. But I don't actually think I don't think I've ever actually used that. Now... Is this going to... I have a bunch of hydrogen. That doesn't matter. I can just... This is just some tin. It's literally tin. So... I guess I can only do... If I do it this way, I really can only do... Holy, that was fast. I haven't done it with 64 upgrades before. I guess... Just insert, and then... Yeah. There we go. Alright, so that... I was curious if I needed a filter, but apparently we don't. Okay, so this is just going to run always. Same with this. Which we are getting 27. We do have more efficiency, though, over here. So what are we getting here? Alright, so energy hasn't gone up. So question is, how are we... Where's the 27 coming from? Or the 7? because the thing that's going in there is 27. We're losing about 20. But this says 12. Cross section. I don't really know what the cross section is. Is that efficiency? I actually don't know what the cross section actually means. I've heard it mentioned a few times, but like this is 32. Now this is down to 8. Released energy is 20 though. Does that mean we'll have more on the Neutron? Also, the one thing with aluminum is it has 3 outputs, and I'm only using one for 2 because I thought this would be the best one. Now these neutrons, we cannot put them in a thing. They're neutrons. They have no electrical charge, so magnets won't do anything with them. So we can't speed them up. But I believe I saw something about giving them more energy somewhere. Neutral particles. May have noticed that an accelerated form is required the particles charge. Neutral particles, they aren't. Neutral charges cannot be accelerated in any way. They cannot even have their beams bent by diverters. Yeah, because the magnets won't work. They're solely dependent on the recipe from which they are produced. To use a particle, it must be created with enough energy and focus to carry out your desired recipe. So I need to get... This neutron needs to be... If I want to do this recipe, I have to get this... Wait. Yeah, 25. If I want to do this... But now I'm looking at that. Well, that's energy 30 million. Yeah, we don't have anywhere near enough energy in these to create this recipe. All right. So that maybe we can't... I would maybe have to come up with a different recipe. What happens if I actually do this? Like if we do that, but put it all the way up to like 80? Oops, looking at the wrong one. So like, yeah, aluminum, if we do this recipe, released energy is 20, but if we get up to like almost 50, would that produce a particle that, the neutron that, I don't know. All right, I guess we should try it, I guess. Let me turn this off though. I'm just thinking, I'm like, if I'm changing this, is there any reason to have this running? I don't know. Well, if I break it, it's not going to run anyway. Like I said, I'm going to have to adjust this a little bit. With the beams. So basically, I have to get rid of these 3. I mean, that's not the end of the world. We're going to lose a little bit of, well, 25. We're going to lose 30%. Which, I mean, it is what it is. Beam, block, beam, port. All right. Switch that to output, and there we go. It formed. Yeah, we lost 30%. Let's pull that out. Let's pull this out. And I guess, what did we need? We needed aluminum. So we'll throw 60, we'll just throw a stack in there. Make sure I don't check any recipes. We don't want to crash. And this was what, 27? Well, now we don't need it to be this. I think I can actually just turn it on with a thing. Right? I don't know. Let's just turn it on. If it, I don't need to keep turning this off. I don't know why I keep doing that. It doesn't matter. It's hydrogen. It's literally hydrogen and that. It doesn't matter if I turn it off. So what are we getting? 41. I could increase it in here if I want, actually, to maybe get a higher amount. So if we're doing that, I can't increase it that much, so it's 50. This cross section is 8% though. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, if I change out one of these to the next tier up, I think that'll be too big. Like if I do this. All right, let's just find out. Thankfully, jumping down into one of these things is not deadly. You know, totally safe to jump in here with particles whizzing about without turning off. 58, yeah, see, that's too high. Although I could just... I don't know, I'm just seeing if we can get it up as high as possible. 54. What did I need? I already forgot. I need to be under 50. I'm assuming that's probably too high. Alright, there we go. 46. Close enough. It should be working over here. Yep, so it is working. And that's only 8.3. Alright. That is nowhere near the 20 that we need. Oh, I did it again. Looking at recipes while you have the thing open. It's bad. Very bad. Okay, so we are back, and I'm looking at the recipe, and all of a sudden I realized there is 3 particles. So of course it's going to be like divided by 3, wouldn't it? That is probably where we're getting that number from. Now hopefully we don't crash when I look at this recipe again. Okay, good. Yeah, so we're putting what, 40 something in minus 20 divided by 3. So that tells me I don't think any of these recipes are actually going to work. With creating the sodium with the proton, we don't get enough. So even if I did 56, we would have 23. I'd only have like 12 split between those. So that is obviously not going to work. But if I want to do Strontium, I'm kind of looking at this recipe, but okay, why is the amount on top there and then... Wait, no. Oh, the numbers are so different. So that requires 3, 30 energy, 25. I thought the 25 was the energy for a second. Yeah, so the amount... I feel like that's a lot, that amount, isn't it? What are we getting on here? That's only 6. And that recipe needs 25 million? We're only getting 6K from this. We are not getting a lot of particles out of that. Alright, so I'm going to have to do a little more searching if I want to do this. There may be other, recipes that require a ton of power. Like, for example, well, I don't want to do... Yeah, like... I don't know. Like, for example, this one, if we hit Neutron, well, that's divided by 3 again, but it's 150 million. So, we could, like, probably get the Neutron up there pretty high. As I'm looking at this recipe, it looks like it's literally just splitting beryllium into 3 particles. Interesting. So, alright, I'm going to have to do a little bit more searching. There is another way to get Strontium from dust. So, It's this light fission waste, but it's not a very good percent chance. And this isn't exactly the easiest in the... Well, wait a second. Wait, I could totally just do it with this, and then I would have a neutron. All right, I just found it. I think we just found it. I'm like, wait a second. We could just do it this way. Because this requires tons of power. It doesn't release a lot of energy. We get light fission waste, and we get a neutron from... All right. Change of plan. Well, we did need the sodium, for sure. So I'm glad we set this up. It's pretty much automated-ish. I don't have a port on it, though. I don't know the name of it. Particle chamber? Anyway, we are running late here. Fluid port. Item port. So it would actually be this, that we can pipe items in and out of it. But we got that set up for sodium. So I'm thinking I may actually throw another port right here, and then we can actually turn these off. So I could use this and maybe on this side and send it to a target chamber for that other recipe. I don't know. We will we'll sort that out next episode. I am having a ton of fun with this mod. Now that I'm kind of learning the basics and the cooling and all that stuff, I am having a lot of fun with this. But anyway, that's good for today. So thanks for watching and have a good one.